Hello and bloody welcome to Summer Night Murder Mystery Sinking Island. In the last episode, which also was the first episode, I changed the screen format, so accidentally it became very compact. It looked compressed for some reason, but I think that I have managed to fix that problem. Well, enough about that. Let's continue where we left off. And it was on the beach. Jack Norm, using the photo of Walter Jones' face and Hubert Nolan's testimony, is persuaded that Jones' death was not accidental, but very much criminal. Yeah, so this is where we left off. This morning, when I took a shower, I thought about this game, and whenever I do mundane tasks like showering and stuff like that, I get to think of things that sometimes is pretty smart, and I think that this is one of those smart things that I sometimes think about. Let me take a closer look on Walter Jones here, the murder victim. First of all, why does he wear these ugly sunglasses? Was he blind? If he was, he couldn't have seen the murderer coming. Well, he probably could hear the murderer but not see the murderer. But anyways, I wonder why he got sunglasses on, and I think that the murder took place during the evening, when it was pretty dark outside. So why does he have sunglasses on if he's not blind? But that was a side note, actually. My smart thought comes to this nail that is embedded into his his right cheek. As you can see, it is a pretty long nail, so that might mean that the murderer is a female. But to find out who the murderer is, it is very simple. Jack Norm, the investigator, should round up all the suspects and quite simply look on their hands in order to see whom got a missing nail or a damaged nail, because that is a big nail that is embedded in his cheek right there. So the murderer must miss a nail. I think that is a sure way to find out who the killer is, but that would mean that this game is very short, so I don't think that I will be able to do that. So yeah, let's continue on with the investigation. Just in case I have missed something, I will talk to Hubert or whatever his name is.
What can I do for you, Inspector?
Excuse me, I am distracted. I have what I need. See you later.
Okay, so there wasn't any more dialogue there. Can I venture more on his speech? No, I cannot. Not as it seems anyway. Nope. So I will climb up this ladder right here.
What do you say about it, Inspector?
Your boss was murdered.
Well, I guess this list will be useful. It has the identities of all the people who currently reside on the island. And here's the key to your room. Because now I suppose you're going to be staying a while. I remain at your disposition, Inspector. Especially to give you a tour of the tower. It's huge, you know.
Thanks, I think I can manage.
Fine, I'll leave you then. See you later, Inspector.
Okay.
Here we are. Something interesting.
Oh, it's a bunch of footprints. It looks like pretty big feet. And most of them are barefoot. There are some footprints from shoes right over here. What is that? Some pebbles. And I can take a picture on these footprints.
Seemingly, Walter Jones was not alone the moment he had his great fall. The wheelchair made a chaotic journey before falling off the cliff.
Okay, so that is a trail from the wheelchair then. It looks like the wheelchair was pushed down the cliff, doesn't it? Okay, let's take a look in this folder right here to see the new... Oh, here is all the characters on the island. Maybe I have already looked on them. Yeah, I think that I have already looked at all those characters, haven't I? I played this game yesterday and I can't remember if I looked on all of these suspects or not. Let's say that I did. So let's take a look on the clues database. Who was at the Belvedere of the Tortoise on the night of Walter Jones' death? So here I got beads from a necklace. I would say that the murderer was a female based on the clues that I got at this point. Okay, so I don't think I can do much with them other than place them in either that or that space there. Here I got pictures. Picture of skid marks from Walter Jones' wheelchair. Picture of chaotic footprints. Walter Jones' wheelchair seemed to have followed a strange route before he left it and fell. Disorderly footprints, which seem to rush around with the wheelchair. These tracks are too worn away to be identified. Okay. I think that I will use this one. I will take a look at it first. Yeah. Why can't I have both of those clues in the same picture? Okay, I will place the chaotic footprints in this blank space right here. Then I got some documents. Okay, and there's a picture. And that is Hubert Noland, the eyewitness, I would guess. Because he saw when Walter Jones fell down the cliff, but he didn't see whom it was who pushed him down the cliff. Alright then. Return. Progression. Who was at the Belvedere of the Tortoise on the night of Walter Jones' death? That's what I am trying to find out. Okay. I don't think there is anything else to do right here. So I will exit and take a look on the wheelchair if that is possible. Okay. Alright, let's look at the wheelchair. That is one big wheelchair, by the way. It must be the luxury model. There is a necklace. And that is a patch of blood. It seems like a lot of blood. I would guess that Walter hit his head on this rock. I'm not sure, but I think that is Walter Jones' blood.
Walter Jones must have hit himself here against this rock.
Yeah. And what is this?
There's a piece missing on the armrest.
Okay. So the wheelchair was probably sabotaged.
I need some graphite powder to take this print. The architect must have some drawing material. I could make myself some.
Okay, so there are some fingerprints on the rest right there. I don't think there is any more clues to be found at this spot. Let's take a look on the new clue that I got, and that is a chain fragment. I will place that in the empty space right there. A fragment of a metal chain, almost certainly a piece of jewelry. Whose neck did it come from? Okay, that's what it looks like. And I got a new picture. Picture of Walter Jones' first impact from his fall. His head surely hit the boulder while falling. This corroborates the deep wound on his forehead in any case. Okay, so I will place the picture right there. And I can't do anything more just now. So I will exit, and I will probably go to the hotel and see if I can find the architect. That's the hotel right there. So I think that I will find the architect first and see if I can make some powder, if he got some chalk or something like that. Okay, I think that's where I came from. So I should be heading down this way. Here are trails from the wheelchair, by the way. It is really windy. It is a storm, so Jack Norm is stranded on this island as long as the storm is going on. But the island will sink in 3 days because of tide or whatever. There are 2 different paths here. I will follow the wheelchair prints. If I double click, the character will run. So that saves some time. Okay, I will continue following the tracks from the wheelchair, and now I'm at the hotel. I think there are some prints here as well, so I will take a look on them. Okay, so there are some footprints here as well. It is footprints from bare feet and as well as shoes.
Even more footprints. There were 2 people following Jones that evening.
Okay, so there might be 2 murderers. Let's add that picture to the blank space. Picture of shoe prints under the arbor. Tracks found under the arbor from a pair of men's shoes. Since they were sheltered by the arbor, the rain didn't wash them away. Whose are they? Okay. So the plot thickens. I don't think there is any more clues on this spot right here. So I will continue down to the hotel. Here is a female, which is, I don't know what she's doing. Okay, so she's running away when she saw Jack coming.
I'm happy to see you here, Sonia.
Me too, Lorenzo. It's a pleasure to see you.
I would have preferred that we see each other in other circumstances.
You don't always have the choice.
Did your grandfather's death affect you deeply?
I don't know. I just can't believe it.
I had problems because of him. But they all went away after his tragic death. In the end, Jones was a good man.
Yes, certainly. I don't know what to think.
Would you like to change the subject?
No, not especially. I'm just a little off, that's all.
The sky is melancholic. Like us, Sonia.
It's true. Perfect weather for a burial.
Okay. Why is she sitting in a sun chair when it is a storm outside? It's not like it is a good day to sit outside.
Too bad that the weather is so bad. I would have liked to try out my new bikini.
Forecast for the next few days isn't so good. But you never know.
Okay. Alright. Let's talk to them. I will start to talk with this guy right here. Is this Hubert?
Good morning. I'm Inspector Jack Norm.
No,
I am
it's
charged
not.
with conducting the investigation of the death of Mr. Jones.
Delighted, Mr. Inspector. Lorenzo Battaglieri. I'm the architect and the mastermind behind this tower in which you'll stay.
May I photograph your shoes?
Do it. Do it, Inspector, if it'll help to discover the truth.
Okay, so this is the architect.
Thanks.
I got a new clue here, and it is a picture of his shoes. Okay, so can I somehow compare his shoes with the prints? Perhaps. Let's remove that picture and add that one. Okay. This device allows you to compare clues alongside each other. Let's take that picture right there and that picture right there. Or not. Let's click on this picture right here then. Okay, so here I will drag that picture and use that picture. Alright, compare.
Incorrect match.
Okay, so the architect didn't leave those footprints. So let's talk to him.
I'm listening, Inspector. I want you to know that you can count on my total availability. I have a lot of free time now.
Okay, let's ask him about everything.
What can you tell me regarding the death of Walter Jones?
I can't tell you a thing, nothing at all. It's Hubert de Noland who woke me up to tell me about this business. I've got nothing more I can tell you.
Where were you and what were you doing last night?
I spent the evening in my studio listening to the radio. Then I learned of Jones's death from Noland.
What was your relationship with Walter Jones?
Our dealings, both professional and even more so personal, were never simple, Mr. Norm. But I appreciated that he was a character and a man who had talent. I must confess that I'm more affected by his death than I had thought. That's just the way it is, you know. My artistic temperament has always pushed me to be a little bit sentimental.
Do these pearls mean anything to you?
No, really, they don't mean anything to me.
Who is the rightful owner of this piece of chain?
It seems to me that Walter Jones wore a small chain like that.
Okay, so that was Walter Jones' chain.
Who normally walks barefoot on the island?
Well, all the women of the island usually do, Norm.
Okay.
These footprints near the tracks of the wheelchair lead me to think that there was an argument which got out of hand.
Maybe. I'm not a policeman. I'm nothing but a poor architect.
The wheelchairs seemed to be acting strangely before skidding and falling from the cliff. Could it have been malfunctioning? Could a false maneuver have been the reason for the fall?
My God, well, that's hard to say. You know, electronic technology is not always immune to human error.
I'm wondering whose shoe prints these are.
I don't know, Norm. Sorry.
Did Walter Jones die following the first impact on hitting the rocks? Or from what happened to him when he fell further down?
How should I know, Norm? I'm no forensics expert.
Yeah, how should he know?
What do you think of the attorney, Hubert de Noland?
Noland is a crafty and slick man. I don't trust him, Inspector.
Did you see anyone at the Tortoise Belvedere last evening, or did anything at all catch your attention?
I can't answer your question, Norm. I wasn't there.
Do you know anything about medicine?
No, of course not. What a question.
Too bad. I really need some medical advice. Well, I will wait for the coroner's report. I get it.
Okay. So, I think that the architect is telling the truth, but it's hard to say. So let's talk to this woman over here.
Good morning, ma'am. Jack Norm. I'm a police inspector, and I'm charged with the investigation of the death of Mr. Walter Jones.
Good morning, Inspector. Sonia Jones. I'm the granddaughter of Walter Jones. You know, I hadn't thought that my time on Segura would take such a dramatic turn.
If it doesn't bother you, I'd love to take a photo of your hands, please.
Your method of flirting is very questionable, Inspector. But if that's what you want.
Flirting?
Thanks.
She thinks highly of herself. I guess that's a good thing.
I'm collecting footprints, and I'd like to add yours.
Go on. I imagine this is part of the game.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's take a look on the new evidence, or maybe not evidence, but you know what I mean. Okay, declarations. Yeah, I might add the 2 declarations that I got, or maybe not that one. Ah, yeah. I have to choose. Nah, I'm gonna wait a little longer with that actually. Let's compare the new pictures with Jones' face and her hands.
Incorrect match.
Okay, so she isn't the one who scratched Walter's face. Let's take a look on the tracks. Okay, this one and her shoes.
Incorrect match.
So she wasn't the one who left footprints. Okay. Yeah, let's see if she got anything to say.
Go on, I'm listening, Inspector.
What can you tell me regarding the death of Walter Jones?
It was Hubert de Noland, you met him, I believe, who told me about the death of my grandfather. Nolan went to the site to rescue my grandfather, but it was too late. And then there was the storm. He advised me not to move, and Billy and Clara too, so we stayed here. This Baina was there, according to what Nolan told us. There's no way that she could have a clear conscience.
Okay.
Where were you and what were you doing last night?
I spent the evening with my brother Billy and my sister-in-law Clara, Mr. Norm. It was Hubert de Noland, my grandfather's attorney, who informed us of his death.
What was your relationship with Walter Jones?
You know, Mr. Norm, my grandfather was a tough man. He wasn't the sort of grandpa who spoiled my two brothers and me. I didn't feel at ease with him, and our relationship has been tense for a long time. When he made the first move to invite us here, I was surprised. He was really proud, and that touched me. I'm horrified by the conditions under which he died, and I am sad. Yes, I am saddened by his death. It's odd, isn't it?
Not very when you think about it, because well, he was her granddad, so it's not strange at all that she feels saddened about his death.
Do these pearls mean anything to you?
Pearls of no value, Inspector, like the ones worn by the indigenous people of the archipelago. No, they don't mean any more than that to me.
Who is the rightful owner of this piece of chain?
I do have the impression that my grandfather wore something that looked like it. It's pretty ugly in any case. Even if we agree it's made of gold. Wait, yes, I do believe... But at the same time, I'm not sure.
Okay, so the chain probably belonged to Walter.
What do you know about Lorenzo Battaglieri?
Lorenzo is an old friend, Inspector. We've known each other for a long time. He's a refined and charming man. Someone dependable.
What do you think of the attorney, Hubert de Noland?
Hubert de Noland is definitely a remarkable man, Inspector. Intelligent, adroit, and terribly efficient.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start with this one.
Did you see anyone at the Tortoise Belvedere last evening, or did anything at all catch your attention?
I spent the evening with my brother Billy and my sister-in-law Clara. We were relaxed and we all chatted. I saw nothing and I heard nothing, Mr. Norm. Sorry to disappoint you.
Do you know anything about medicine?
No.
In that case, you can't help me. I get it.
Okay, so I got some new clues. It's her declaration. Sonia was with Billy and Clara yesterday evening. Yeah. I think I'm gonna use that one as a declaration. Maybe that one? Or... Nah, I'm gonna use this declaration. And lastly, Hubert de Noland. And by the way, I think that Hubert de Noland looks a little like Kurt Russell. But that besides the point. Okay. Yeah, let's use the first one as a declaration. I'm just gonna place them there temporarily until I get some better clues. Alrighty then. I don't think that I have anything else to do. right here. But just in case, I will talk to them again.
I'm listening, Inspector. I want you to know that you can count on my total availability. I have a lot of free time now.
Okay, so I can talk to him about Sonia now.
I would love it if you could tell me a little about Sonia.
Sonia is a free woman, Inspector. A modern, intelligent, independent woman. She successfully managed to get out of Walter Jones's gilded cage.
Okay then.
I need your assistance to clarify certain points. Excuse me, I am distracted. I have what I need. See you later.
Let's talk to her again.
I need you to enlighten me on a point.
Lorenzo says that Sonia has been released from Walter Jones' imprisonment.
Lorenzo said that you succeeded in getting out of your golden cage. What was he talking about exactly?
You know, Inspector, it's not easy to be the granddaughter of a billionaire who is authoritarian, a megalomaniac, and perverted. I always forced myself to keep a distance from the tyrant.
I understand better.
Okay then. So, I am pretty confident that there are no more clues right here. So I think I should head into the hotel. But I won't do that now. I will do that in next episode. So, until then, thank you so much for watching.